It's a Thursday, Balaleli, and you are listening to the Girls Table, where we talk about issues that affect young women. Nanzelela ukuthi siku Global Money Week. Lapha sithi khona, let's use money wisely. So today, as the Girls Table, sithi thina breaking the cycle of poverty, financial literacy for all. So today, radio show yethu is in collaboration with Educate. Ngilo mnumzana from Educate uzasitshela ezi-introduce ukuthi Educate yenza ngani. Ibizo lami ngingubekezela Mgoni, kanti namhlanje ngilo Terrence Mugova. I will give him a chance to introduce himself and also tell us what Educate does in relation to entrepreneurship and financial literacy and everything that they do. Actually, over to you, mnumzana.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Really appreciate this opportunity from the Girls Table. So I'm Terrence Mugova. I'm one of the co-founders of Educate, and we are an education access and people improvement company. And specifically in the area of money, we help people build healthy relationships with money. And we've built a reputation over the last couple of years, 10 to be specific, of simplifying complex concepts and allowing people to understand this wonderful thing called money and how they can use their gifts to earn more and more of it and be the people that they were supposed to be. We believers.
We are here with Terrence today to help us understand how can we break the cycle of poverty through financial literacy. So my first question for you will be, what is financial literacy and what is the importance of financial literacy in breaking the cycle of poverty?
First, the way we define financial literacy is your ability to make decisions regarding money that will be to your benefit. So when the decision you make today, is it making your future brighter or darker? That's in a simple sense. And how we do that is by understanding first definitions. We believe that if you can define a term and understand the definition, you'll also understand its use. So once you know that financial literacy has to do with managing your money, the question becomes, one, is money good or bad? Often than not, you find that a lot of people, when we think of people who have more money than us, there's sometimes the temptation to think they got it from cheating people, or if you're in business, you have to be greedy so it's for you to be successful. Because we've been raised to think of money as this scarce thing, that is very, like, you have conversations and people ask you, so, how's it going? You're like, money's tight, or, there's not enough money. And the moment you embrace scarcity in your mindset, poverty arrives. Because if you think there's too little of something, then the way you're going to behave or not behave is going to affirm that belief. And I think a lot of us are poor because we think money is a scarce resource and not something that's abundant. Now, when it comes to financial literacy, one of the things we begin to tell you is that money is inherently good. Because if you look at it, each time someone gives you money and you haven't stolen it from them, it's because you've done something for them that they appreciate. Yes. So the definition for money for us is a certificate of performance. And now the focus becomes not the money itself, but what do I need to do to get these certificates of performance? So I fall in love with serving other people because I realize that it's only when I put a smile on your face, on Vivian's face, that Vivian is willing and able to take money out of her pocket and say, hey, you know what, Terrence, well done. So when financial literacy is looked at from a service perspective, and we look at money as a product of doing something for other people, we then realize that if I can find that thing that I do very well for other people that they would love me to do for them, then I'll get paid more than I would ever need. Nothing to do with the degree you've got, but everything to do with what are the problems out there and what are my unique skill sets that I can apply to serve people. So I think when we look at money and financial literacy, it's unlocking that gift in you that's supposed to make room for you.
Thank you so much, Terrence. I want to understand, you spoke about the idea of maybe I might have a degree but be failing to make money out of my degree.
Yes.
But let's say I want to start a business. How can I identify a business idea that's going to generate income for me and make sure that I spend wisely? I make a relationship with money, like what you said.
That's good.
Yes.
That's good. So if you want to start a business, the secret to success in business is open. It's not changing. It's never going to change. And it follows a series of steps. So the first thing is, if you want to start a business, one, you have to observe the market and identify what problems are in the market already. Yes. What do people want that they're not getting, right? Or what pleasure are they seeking, but no one's really satisfying it the way they want it satisfied? That's number one. Then the second thing is to ask yourself, how big is the group of people that want this problem solved, right? The bigger the group, sometimes the better. But sometimes a small group that's willing to pay a huge amount of money is also good. So the next thing is, after I found the group of people that have the problem and they want a solution to their problem, how much are these people willing to pay? And is what they are willing to pay something I am willing to receive?
Yes.
Right? So now if I've found something that they need done, they want a solution, they're willing to pay for that solution. The fourth bit is, do I have the skills necessary to provide the solution that they want? And if I don't, am I willing to find people who I can team up with to provide what people need? Because half the time you don't need to be the one who knows how to do everything.
Yes.
You just need to be the one who knows how to build a good enough team that knows how to do it. And I think that's the art of building businesses. Doing it yourself is extremely exhausting. Finding a team of people who you can share a common vision and say, let's do it together, even better. Now, if you find that team, the next thing is to begin to build the product, and then go back to the people who you've identified and start asking them, is this anywhere close to what you need? And you don't stop until you do it. I think social media is one of the easiest places now to let people know what you are thinking, to quickly pitch it. And if people like it, even if before you've developed it, you can then, there are 100 people who said that they'll buy this thing if I served it with them. And just like that, you start making money, which is the first leg. We've built a business, and part of the job of a business is to make you money because you are serving people. Now that you've got the money, you need to then figure out, how do I spend this money in a way that doesn't end up with me having no money at the end of it all. Now, when you're spending your money, you need to be conscious. I don't know if you've heard of this term. When you get your money, do you name it? Just out of interest, do you name your money?
No.
So there's this saying that we love, that it says, if you don't tell your money where to go, it will leave. Right? And that's what a lot of our money does. Because we don't proactively tell it, you are going here, it will find somewhere else to go. So one of the things that we encourage is, if you want to spend consciously, name your money, tell it where to go, and allocate it to things that you actually value. One of the traps that we sometimes get caught up in is this thing called lifestyle inflation, where we buy things for people who don't like us to impress them.
On Valentine's Day,
you get what I'm saying? So we do this test where I say, if I buy this thing, I'm addicted to shoes, right? I have a lot of shoes. And one of the tests that I do to find out, am I still buying these shoes for me, or am I buying them to be seen by others, is I do this. If no one comments, if no one says nice shoes, would I still like those shoes? If I still like the shoes, then I know I'm investing in something that's actually building me up and energizing. And I think when we name our money and begin to put it to things that we know, when I do this, it's a sense of achievement, right? So if you're someone who likes to go out for lunches, name part of your money and say, this is my lunch, this is my going out to restaurants money. And when you put it aside and make sure it's not costing your core expenses, you'll find that each time you're able to invest in something that edifies you, you're encouraged to keep wanting to earn more. So when you've got that conscious spending plan, a big part of it is also putting some money aside for your future, because we are going to live till very old, especially now with healthcare and all these things. We could be here till 100. So you need to be thinking about, the work I'm doing today, am I putting aside something for my future self? And if you can earn more, spend wise, then invest some for the future, you're on the right track.
Thank you so much, Terrence.